And that's
gone.
40 in the entire world.
Okay, Jay, so here is another launch.
Yeah, this is brand
First
new.
time it's been on the air.
Right.
HSN price will be $159.95, but because everything in our big jewelry is at a special sale price today, we said, okay, we're gonna take $20 off, so it's $129.98, and then all jewelry available with 4 flex payments. That means you can pay off your payments over the next 4 months. That would be $32.50 with your shipping and sales tax. That'll be whenever your next billing statement is, but this necklace and pendant will be off to you at your front door in the next few days. So let's talk this Sleeping Beauty as well.
Okay.
Correct. So this would be from your, your parcels that you had.
Yeah, this material. So we actually did this design because it was viewer requests. We've had a lot of people that want Sleeping Beauty, but here's where I'm limited, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm very, very limited on the design. This is a brand new, fresh design. It's brand new. I didn't personally design this. One of my designers did. Very contemporary, part of our gallery collection. Really unique, unusual setting. The Sleeping Beauty in this, if you see the big Pear cabochon, that's like unheard of, guys. Okay,
right here.
Like that alone. If I told you what that would just sell for, just by itself, just the cab, I don't think you'd believe me. But this material, especially all the material, anybody that I know of right now, I have a private stash that I'm not selling. Okay, that I've got a few kilos of things that are the size. Clear blue, Sleeping Beauty, that's the size of this.
Wow.
I mean, they're the size of a small softball or grapefruit. I mean, I've got some really big pieces. I'm going to keep that. I'll never sell them. They'll always be in my collection. This is the size of the material. That's why when you're seeing Sleeping Beauty right now, any of the designs, these are actually that teardrop cabochon there. That's a really big cab for Sleeping Beauty. Now, can they cut bigger pieces? There are people sitting on massive amounts of high-end Sleeping Beauty material, but what happened when they closed the Sleeping Beauty mine, when Monty did this, people started hoarding this raw material, and they started paying crazy prices. I mean, weight for weight, a lot of the bigger material was going for more than the cost of gold. So weight for weight. Like if you had an ounce of gold and an ounce of the real clear blue Sleeping Beauty turquoise in nice big pieces, it was actually costing more than what the gold would sell for, the same weight value. So there is a lot of Sleeping Beauty material that is pigeonholed. People came in and they bought the Sleeping Beauty turquoise as a commodity, like you would buy gold, silver, platinum, whatever, they bought it as a commodity. So they're not even in the jewelry business. They're sitting on this beautiful turquoise rough, Sleeping Beauty turquoise rough, but they're not in the jewelry business. So they're just holding it because they know that it's only gonna go up in value, right? Because of the rarity. So that's why I'm just explaining to you why when you see the designs that you see, and it's not just me, it's anybody,
100%.
Anybody that you see, we're all using the smaller sizes Sleeping Beauty because that's really all that we can cut. We've got smaller rough material, and you can't go buy the raw material, the rough material from anybody. Everybody is selling finished cabs. So these cabochons are cut from my personal rough that I've had. And this rough, I'm not going to give you the exact time, but it's probably been in my collection for well over 20 years, the raw material that you're looking at now here. So
if you knew then what you know now, right? Well, even then you wouldn't know.
Actually, I did know it when I had it.
But did you know it would close when it did, or no?
Yeah, no, Monty, yeah, I knew it. I mean, we saw it coming. I mean, you would have had to be a fool to not realize. I mean, they weren't. The reason they closed and they shut down is they weren't getting any material.
What year was that again, Jay?
It's been now I think we're almost 14 years, something like that. I'd have to kind of go back, but yeah that's
right.
When they closed it. But what happened is when they closed the Sleeping Beauty mine, you have to understand there were families, second and third generation families, that their whole livelihood was cutting Sleeping Beauty turquoise.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what the family did.
yeah.
A lot of Italian families, a lot of German families, a lot of even American families, that Sleeping Beauty was how their family supported themselves. So when it started running out and when Monty closed the mine, the cost of this material, everybody, they needed it, and they were going out spending every penny. They were sucking it up. Well, it started to raise the price of it. So then people thought, wow, this is a great investment. So then you had people come in that aren't in the jewelry business and started buying it up as a commodity. It was the strangest thing that I've personally, one of the, not the strangest thing, but one of the strangest things that I've ever experienced in my career.
Do you get asked today often, do you have any Sleeping Beauty?
Oh, no, people know that I have Sleeping Beauty. Everybody's trying to buy it from everybody else. But the same thing, if you've got it, you're going to make it into a finished product. You're not going to sell the raw material. Yeah. So I don't know anybody that's selling the raw material.
Well, and the beauty is right here, we'll see this very infrequently, but this was, again, I love it. Jay truly listens to you, a personal request from our customer. Would love to see a little bit of Sleeping Beauty, even if it's, not a big, bold piece, but something a little bit more modern and contemporary. So we did something from the gallery collection. When this is gone, we will not repeat it. And the thing is, that actual pear shape that you see there, that's a 6x8 millimeter. That's that robin's egg blue that is so, and that clarity that is so highly sought after. And then you also have the pear, again, the round shape as well, intertwined into this beautiful sterling silver pendant design. Almost looks like, I don't know, like infinity in the way that it's wrapped. It's very cool. It's like artwork. And it's just about 1 3/8 of an inch in the actual length. We are very, very busy right now. I also want to mention this 18-inch necklace. And it's a nice, big, bold necklace, about 1/8 of an inch wide, is also included, and that'll come with a full 2 3/4 inch J. King extender and the backing here. So you can adjust this to whatever's most comfortable for you. But what a beautiful way, again, if whether you're a collector or you're just starting. I was holding up a bangle bracelet or cuff bracelet. There's some Sleeping Beauty in this cuff bracelet. There's also aquamarine. So a beautiful, beautiful blue combination. We'll give you that information. I don't have many of those. I want to say maybe a little, about 90 or so, somewhere in that ballpark. But yeah, we'll make sure if you're interested in that. How fun would that be too if you're a March baby with your birthstone being the aquamarine, and then Sleeping Beauty, isn't that also an alternative for December?
Yes.
Yes, so you have
turquoise is
December. Yes, a beautiful combination there. So that cut, I can't believe that's only $249.98. And I'm going to encourage you, because today is that day where all jewelry is on sale. Even brand new launches, like we're launching right here. So we brought this in at $159, but because it's our big, fall jewelry event, everything is gonna be at a special opportunity buy, including this. The thing I love, for our new shoppers out there, if this speaks to you in any way, or again, get this home, market, I always mention that. I do the same thing when Jay's here, where the turquoise is from. So I know I put a little paper inside the box or in my little prestige jewelry box, so I know underneath exactly where the mine was from and those stories. But definitely in the world of turquoise, definitely the rarest and most sought after, and definitely the one that we see most infrequently now is Sleeping Beauty. And that, going back, kind of like we were talking about with lapis, that was, as soon as it happened, Jay, you said, here it is. It's going to be my last Sleeping Beauty Beat It necklace. I just don't have the material to be able to do it. And that's going back years ago. So you said, when I can do it, I will, but not like it was.
Even with Sleeping Beauty, there's probably still more turquoise in that mine. The mine's just outside of Globe, Arizona. If you ever go to Globe, Arizona, and you're in town, if you look over at the mountain, they call it Sleeping Beauty. Once you see the mountain, you'll know why they call it Sleeping Beauty. It looks like a woman sleeping on her back. If you look down where her navel is, just below her navel in the mountain, you'll see a white speck. If you drive to that white speck, which is quite a ways away, but if you go to that white speck, you'll be at the Sleeping Beauty mine.
No kidding. That's all there is.
But if you're ever in Globe, Arizona, and you're looking at the Sleeping Beauty mountain, and just down almost where her navel would be, down below that, you'll see a white speck. And that is the mine. That is, and what it is, at one time it was a fairly substantial copper mine. And then the Sleeping Beauty turquoise was a byproduct of that. When they closed the copper mine, Monty went in and they were still mining the Sleeping Beauty. Unfortunately, what happened is in mining, just so you know, with Sleeping Beauty, and the reason that it shut down now is you've got the mountain and the veins are running back into the mountain. So you would have to remove everything above it to get to what's below it. It's not. You have to do like an open pit process to mine the Sleeping Beauty the way it's formed. And this particular formation, it's not like a vein where you could chase the vein. So that's why there is no more, even though there probably is still turquoise there. But the rarity of this, the price of it, I mean, Sleeping Beauty is iconic in one of the ones, that is known here, but you go to Europe, you go to Italy, I just returned from a trip, I spent quite a bit of time traveling, but like in Italy, if you see it, Italy, Germany, France, and you go to these galleries and you go to these really kind of high-end jewelry stores, and you'll see turquoise in there, Clearbury Turquoise, England. Go to, I'm not going to name the store, and
with an H.
Adam and I laugh about this all the time because he's actually seen it. You go in there, and it's on believe the 4th floor. There's their jewelry department, and they have Sleeping Beauty, turquoise, and it is truly Sleeping Beauty. 8 millimeter, like an 8 millimeter, 18-inch necklace with just a gold finding, right? Like an 18-karat gold finding. You're going to pay anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 US for that strand. And it just depends on the length and the size of the bead.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
so I mean, it has
the real deal.
Tremendous perceived value.
Okay, we're gonna keep everyone updated. This is super, super popular. Congratulations, I can't wait to see this one in person. What a great opportunity by, okay, well, we have yet another mystery deal, so you know it's gonna be a quick special. In fact, it happens to be the spiny oyster and turquoise ring, the inlaid ring that I went ahead and slipped on. So let me give you that information. We originally offered this at $150.